Hello, good evening, welcome.
Welcome to Madtalk Radio. We are back again.
Yep, with Mike and Dee.
Mike and Dee, Madtalk Radio.
Yeah, get it right. You actually forgot who was actually doing it.
I don't think they're interested, Mike. I think they know. They're just happy to be here listening to Madtalk. It doesn't always have to be about you. Yeah?
Us.
Is it us?
Yeah.
All right, well, why don't we call it Dee and Mike? Then? The Dee and Mike Madtalk.
I'm older. Oh, right, yeah. This is what we're going to.
That's what we're going. It's getting to that level of
you know
pettiness.
what? If we do Dee and Michael, it won't work because it wouldn't be Mad Talk anymore.
It could be Damn Talk, son. Oh, see.
Yeah, anyone who's listening who wants to listen to Damn Talk, yeah, let us know.
Yeah, well, if you say it like that with that level of attitude, Damn Talk. If you want to be stupid enough to listen to something like that, you idiot. No. I reckon it's.
All right.
I like the way. I like the attitude.
Maybe we'll put a vote out.
We'll put a vote. Yeah. All right.
Maybe.
Listeners,
Maybe.
let us know.
Yeah. No. Don't do that. Anyway, no. You're listening to Madtalk Radio with Mike and Dee, and it's an interactive show. You can get in contact with us by means of texting on WhatsApp.
Yes. WhatsApp number is, Mike?
It is 07983 833 661.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? I mean, you knew it. I knew it. It just seemed weird why you paused like that. I don't know. People might think you don't know what you're doing and where you are. I see. Anyway, listen. Week 12, Mike.
Yes, this is week 12.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, we've lasted longer than a lot of people would have given us credit
for 12 weeks.
You see, when you say it like that, it doesn't seem much of an achievement.
I mean, yeah, we've achieved something. I mean, we're here, and hopefully, listeners are still here. They're still coming back 12 weeks in a row to see, what's going on. So we must be doing something right for somebody,
Somebody, yeah.
That one person.
Yeah. But yes, you are listening to Mad Talk Radio. It's the interactive comedy talk show, I guess.
Yeah, it's where we muse, we discuss, we contemplate. It's like a stream of consciousness. We take a subject, and hopefully a subject that you, the listener, have suggested, and we just run with it. We just see where it goes. We're like, wild children scampering around in a
all right then. I wasn't going to go with that, but yeah, okay. Wild children.
Wild children, like like one of those walkers. Yeah?
What?
Ryan's running wild like a child in a walker. Know those lyrics, Mike?
I don't know who.
It's Wu-Tang, Mike, but I understand.
I've heard Wu-Tang. I just haven't heard that Wu-Tang.
I used to listen to it all the time.
I haven't heard
that.
Yeah, I haven't heard that Wu-Tang before. I don't know what sort of tang that you were listening to there.
Tang that is.
Yeah. But yes, you can get in contact with us via WhatsApp on 07983 833 661. You can also check us out on
Twitter and Instagram, and that is at MadTalk21. And if you want to catch up on any of the shows that we've had done in the past, you may have missed it, or you just want to hear it again and show it to your friends and show them how funny we really are and how much you enjoy the show, you can go and check us out on iTunes or Spotify.
I keep on forgetting about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's because I do all the work and you just sit there looking pretty.
Thank you.
Despite the fact it's a radio show and no one can see that. So
you can.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's why I'm doing it.
I'm not
sure how that actually makes me look.
You've just opened a weird door now.
Let's close it. Let's close it. Yeah. But I don't just look pretty. I also do the technical stuff.
You do the technical stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're like the admin.
I'm the admin. Wow. Thanks for including me.
Exactly.
So I shuffle papers around. Is that
no.
We've got to make sure that
we've got a nice little
done.
Desk. Yeah, okay. Got a nice little desk.
Have I got a rubber stamp as well to official?
No, there was this like 1974 or something.
Yes.
No, you've got a nice little desk.
I've got a desk.
Yeah, okay. Got your little cup. Where you can make yourself a nice little cup of tea.
World's best employee mug. Is that what it is?
We're the only employee, really.
I see. So therefore, by default, the best. No,
skivvy.
That's not. No, that's not the job title that I agreed to.
It's what you're doing, but whatever. It's the actions.
Thank you. Yeah. Again, I feel very
valued.
I wouldn't go that far. Insulted, I was going to say. Okay. But there you go. Anyway, So, this week's show, there's a few things that we want to ponder and we want to talk about. We've got some topics to talk about, but we want to hear from you, the listener. So, like we say, get in touch. Let us know what's on your mind, something you want to hear about, you want to hear us discuss. We've had a few suggestions from some of the listeners, and I think the first thing that I think that people want to hear, Mike, is what they've been telling us. There's a story about a footballer, Mike.
A footballer?
Footballer.
Falling out of a nightclub.
No.
Let's see, what else do footballers do?
They do lots of things, but this is not the sort of thing that I would have ever expected a footballer to do. This is the thing that I think makes this story so interesting. Turns out, this particular footballer has been kicking cats, Mike. Instead of football,
Kicking cat.
he's kicking
Instead.
cats. Instead. I mean, not like on the pitch. You know what I mean? Just
I was
run
say,
up and
because there's like 22 other people on the pitch.
Yeah, he's
well,
not
21. I guess.
I guess.
I don't know. How many? You know how rubbish I am at football. I don't even know how many people there are on the football team. Was it 11?
I mean, again, I'm not a football fan, so I don't know. I grew up in Bermondsey, Mike. So
you should know.
Yeah, exactly.
Got Millwall all over the place.
That's why I'm not interested in it.
I see.
It's a little different for a young black boy in Bermondsey football.
Well, growing up in the 70s and 80s, I can't see why you wouldn't be.
I should have been
front row at the Den.
You know what I mean? Right? I should have been there.
That little black face,
right behind. Would have loved me, wouldn't they?
Right behind the other side's goal.
Yes. Yeah, just close enough to pick up all the bananas. Right.
Oh yeah. I'd
never go hungry.
Yeah, you would never be short of zinc and whatever else bananas have in them. Potassium, that's the one.
I'd be very healthy in that respect.
You'd actually be radioactive with the amount of bananas you'd be eating.
Oh, it would be a different kind of life for me. But not so much a fan of football. But that's beside the point, Mike. This guy, now, I can't remember what his name is. Is it Zola?
Oh, I actually looked this up earlier. His name is Kurt Zuma.
Kurt Zuma?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just looking at the article here. Horrific cat kicking video. Yeah. Shameful. They've got in.
Be ashamed. Well, I saw the video and it's quite disgusting. To be fair, I mean, this poor cat. He's not like, you've got like a, like Mike Tyson. He had the tigers. You know what I mean? He had like those status symbol pets.
Okay, so he hasn't got that sort of.
No, it was just like a regular house cat. And
okay.
It was like, it seemed like he's walking around his house.
So was he on a pitch?
He's in his house. He's in his house.
He's playing. He loves football that much.
Well,
I can't find the football.
This will do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can't remember what the scenario is, but basically, the cat must have been doing something he wasn't happy with. He grabs the cat, drops it. As he drops
Did it support another team?
He probably does now. After this,
guess so,
I would. You know what I mean? And then he kicks the cat and it goes flying, and it's like,
wait, he actually kicks it for it to leave the ground.
Yes, I don't think it even touched the ground after he dropped it. He dropped it and then went straight for the kick, like he timed it. Drop kicked it.
Drop kick.
He drop kicked it. Yeah,
that sounds really violent.
It looked violent, and the poor cat, he didn't even know what was happening. It's just, the thing is, like, when a cat gets moved at that speed, its arms and legs going all over the place. He doesn't know what's happening.
Doesn't have arms, but
well, I mean, he's got cat arms. What do you mean he hasn't got arms?
He hasn't got arms.
So what has he got there?
Legs.
No, the back legs and then the front arms.
Wait, okay, we're going to do this. Right. So, okay, maybe this should be question of the week.
Right.
All right?
Do cats have arms?
Yeah.
They have arms.
They don't have arms. In fact, people, please back me up on this.
Why would they back you up on something that isn't true?
We're going to find out if it's true.
We don't need to find out.
We do need to find out because you're clearly deluded.
So you're saying a cat just has 4 legs, it doesn't have arms?
Yes.
Why would it have 4? So what does it use its paws for? How is it using its front?
Wait, so you're saying it's got 4 paws, but...
Yeah, the back ones are on legs, the front ones are on arms.
This is where you're going wrong. So on your body, right?
On my body, that's free of cat parts, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why the comparison.
You have arms and legs, yeah?
Yes.
Do you have paws?
No.
Do you have feet on your arms?
No.
Do you have hands on your... I actually have to look at your legs.
Just in case you're not sure. Wait, do you? No. No, I don't have those
I don't know. Maybe underneath those boots you just shoved them with socks.
That's what the boots are there for, to conceal your
hands.
Cat feet.
No,
apparently.
human hands.
Human hands. All right, well, that's even more horrific, but maybe so. But the fact is, I don't have any of these things. What is the point of this line of questioning?
I'm not too sure anymore. I've actually lost my train of thought. in the confusion of your bizarre idea that cats have arms.
They have arms.
All right, people, you can get in contact with us on 07983833661. Do cats have arms?
Yes.
This is what we're doing.
This is what the show's become.
Week 12.
Yeah.
Well done.
We've run out of stuff, Mike. Now this is what it's divulged into. Do cats have arms? Tune in next week to find out if owls have ears. You know what I mean?
They clearly don't. They are deaf. All of them. Anyway, someone's already got in contact with us.
Okay.
It's our good old friend and listener. He says if cats had arms,
yes,
they'd be ruling the planet. Empire of the cats.
Well, if they had opposable thumbs.
Yeah, this is where you're getting mixed up, Ross.
I mean, but yes, I believe that, you know,
if they had opposable thumbs,
be true.
I mean, they'd have to have other stuff as well. You can't just have like a cat head and two thumbs sticking out of his neck. He wouldn't be running anything.
That wouldn't be a cat. I don't know what that would be.
That would be a monstrosity.
All right, well, how about this? Instead of cats with opposable thumbs, cats with wings. Would you rather have flying cats or cats that can use tools?
Wait, flying cats?
Yeah.
Or cats that can... Both of those things are quite terrifying.
But this is a thing. Right?
And by the way, Marie has got in contact. She said cats have paws.
Yes, but those paws are attached to arms.
They're not attached to... This is ridiculous. You know what? I could Google this.
Conversation.
You can't believe it.
Yes.
You're the one who brought it up.
Why you are disagreeing with me. I brought it up because I thought you'd agree with the obvious truth. I don't think
cats don't have arms. All right?
Well, if you believe that, I feel sorry for you. Anyway.
Feel sorry for me.
So, I do. You have my pity. Anyway, not to get too far off the point. So anyway, he kicks this poor cat and it's disgraceful, right? But then they say that he's also the ambassador for a charity that saves lions. Now,
lions? Well, maybe. Yeah. So, this is interesting. So, wait a minute.
Saying.
If he kicked a lion
but would he?
Across the room, would we be impressed or would we just be just as horrified?
Well, I mean, I'd be horrified, but I can't say I wouldn't be impressed. I mean, if you saw anyone kick a lion, yeah, I mean, put it
I'd
this
be
way.
fearful for their life.
Well,
afterwards,
if they can kick lions, they're probably not in any danger. That's what I'm saying.
Or they're one of those mad suicide by lion people.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it was like a feeble kick, if they ran up and kicked it and the lion didn't move and just got angry, that would probably be a bad move. But if it was like, you know, Superman who kicked a lion and it went flying into the sun, then that would be like. I mean, I don't think it would be as impressive if you were Superman, because like, well, we all knew you could
unless
do that
he was
anyway.
saving that, he was saving a small child from the lion. No one would have a problem with it.
That's right.
Like, good. I'm glad you kicked him into the sun.
He was evil. You know what I mean?
Just got to
kick
eat that
that
poor
lion.
Yeah.
Should have kicked him in the face.
Yeah.
Maybe going a bit too far. But at least the children are okay. Yeah?
Yeah.
But then that's a fine line. How far is too far? When does it cross between animal abuse to self-preservation?
Yeah, well, I think if you're kicking a house cat, it's
but
not about self-preservation.
Yeah,
unless you're trapped in a cabin with this cat and you're fighting over the last tin of whiskers. And it's some sort of apocalypse situation. Yeah. I'm just making this up as I'm going along.
I mean, but you make a good point. I think if you're fighting over a tin of whiskers, animal abuse is the least of your problems. You know what I mean? I don't care if people think I'm an animal abuser.
You'd eat the cat, wouldn't you?
I'm thinking after that tin of whiskers is finished.
It's like, well, that got to fatten you up because you're going to last me for the next 2 months.
Well, this is it. That cat's going to take the longest time eating that whiskers, you know. I'm okay. I'm a little full. I'm going to leave the rest later. Nah, eat it now. I don't want to eat now. I don't care what you want. Eat it. Okay. He's crying into his whiskers, and he's spreading it all around the plate, trying to long it out. You know what I mean? It's
with
like,
his arms.
No, that plate's not empty. Yeah, that plate's not clean. Clean the plate. Oh, can I have a glass of water? You've had 3 glasses already.
Wait, is this a cat?
Yeah, he's trying to prolong because he knows. You know what I mean? He's trying to prolong it.
I was thinking about the plate and him spreading it, but then he's got arms, of course, so that would happen.
Yeah, and opposable thumbs.
And
so
this is not a cat anymore. But we've actually had another text. We're having a busy evening already.
People like cat talk.
People, they do. That's why they're so popular on the internet, isn't it, cats?
Yes.
All right. Anne-Marie says, once we took a cab and the driver said he saw 2 cats talking on their legs or walking on their legs. I'm confused.
I do actually remember this story, yeah.
Talking on their legs in an alleyway.
Standing on their hind legs, having a conversation like regular people until they realised they were being watched, and then they went back to pretending to be cats again.
Right. And he goes on to say he then told us he doesn't trust any animals.
Well,
I wouldn't. But
after you've seen that, Mike, it's a bit hard to get your trust back, isn't it? You know what I mean?
how did he know they were talking? Oh, walking.
They were standing on their hind legs having a
Yeah,
conversation.
but maybe how did you know they were having a conversation?
Because he could see and hear them.
What, they were talking English?
Well, whatever
a humanoid language.
Yes.
That he understood
Yes.
enough.
I don't think he wasn't English. I think this was like...
Like, you know when cats communicate with each other, they do that noise, right?
Yeah,
like when they're
the only
angry.
way they can
that's it, right?
Yeah.
When they're getting all mad at each other.
Yeah.
You don't think they're having a conversation right now. You just think they're just vexed at each other and they're just growling.
It's still a form of conversation, though, isn't it? I mean, they're not discussing wine or shit, but they're still having a back and forth. That's what I'm saying. It's a heated argument, a heated conversation.
Conversation is pushing it.
I don't understand why. What's the difference between a conversation and an argument? Just the level of anger.
A conversation, no. Conversation is like, yeah, well, I actually think that the Brexit deal should actually go through. And
then I say, no, I don't think it should. I think it's a
this is
terrible
the conversation.
idea. Yeah, but then if I say, no,
you get out of my country.
No.
Immigrant. All right. See, that's
throwing it in.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the sentiments are the same. It's just the level of anger that's changed, and now it's
no. But you see, there's no swapping or sharing of information or listening to the other person. All you've got is, right, when in argument, it's like, yeah, immigrant, bananas, fish, right, my waters, all right.
But even so, I mean, there is a form of dialogue. Although it's very small-minded, there's still a level of, back and forth happening.
Okay,
there.
we're probably splitting hairs and going way off the topic.
Okay,
yeah,
right. So back to cats.
The cat that was. First of all, we can both agree that by the sounds of it, this was an abuse of an animal. Yeah,
it was pretty disgusting. But the thing is, I mean, I don't know, because apparently his career is over from this. But it's one of those ones where they recorded it, and I think there's somebody in there laughing as it's being done. And it's like, well, why would you then put this online? You know what I mean? It's like,
I don't know what he was thinking, but we do have some more feedback from a new listener. Ashley, welcome to the team. He says cats were 100% talking Brexit. See, I told you. All right. That's how all cat fights start. You normally only hear the screaming, but then it starts. Oh, I see. He's got the inside track. He says wait, I can't read. At all. Right? He says, you only hear the screaming, but it all starts in their back legs at normal tone. That's why the cab driver.
It's like a reverberation thing as it goes through the cat's body. By the time it gets to the mouth orifice, it's just.
I see.
Like Charlie from them old 70s
orifice.
Information.
Oh yeah, orifice can also be
a mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you thinking, Mike?
I don't know.
I think you do know. You can't just have a serious.
When you say orifice,
yes, it's you don't have to revert to schoolyard name calling and silly words.
We do.
I see. But yeah, I mean, look. If you're being attacked, right, by a cat, how far are you allowed to go to defend yourself? Yeah. Remember that video, the pet of the week?
Yeah.
Right. So imagine this cat is in a very worked up state. You try to pick it up, it digs its claws into your thigh, possibly part of your crotch. You're trying to get it off. This cat is attacking you.
If it's already stuck to your leg, it's got those old cat claws in your leg.
Yes.
I want to see how you're going to kick it, because that's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, but you're telling me that you wouldn't if you could? I mean, all right, you might not be able to kick it, but would you punch it?
Oh, I don't know. That seems a bit much.
It's a bit much, isn't it?
By the way, your arm cat thing is going to be crushed in a short moment because our learned friend Pavlos has got in contact.
Oh, Pavlos, why do you keep attacking me? You can't ever be on my side.
It's interesting. It's interesting, isn't it? I haven't even read it yet, but you assumed he was attacking you.
You've just said he's about to crush my argument.
No, that's not an attack. That's just putting you correct.
No, it's not, because you're assuming that he's correct.
Okay, sorry. Continue.
Well, I was. You were the one who was saying. I was talking about. Anyway. Cats have arms, and we'll leave it at that. Okay. We don't need to hear from Pavlos.
He has taken the time
we appreciate your contribution, but we will not be airing it. So as I was saying,
like I said, I do the technical stuff.
There's 6 cats and they all have switchblades.
Give me your stuff, man.
This is it.
Are they-
Wow, whiskers. You know what I mean? You got dreamers in your back pocket. I seen you, bitch. Break yourself, fool. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, take it easy. I don't want any trouble. And then like you're secretly
the transatlantic cats, they've come over here to
steal your
commit
dreams.
their 70s New York style robberies on
they
London
got
streets.
waistcoats, they got headbands made from bandanas.
Are they dressed up like the Warriors?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Are they the ones with the roller skates?
Cat versions. No, that was the I can't remember what they're called now. The
other one.
The other gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, the runner. But these were the actual Warriors. Just cat versions of them.
I see.
So
okay. Pavlos says, all right, a technical definition of an arm. He actually just put of arm. So you can correct him on his English there if you'd like.
He talks like an encyclopedia as well.
He
like
does.
like one you've Googled as well.
He does, isn't it? His name's Britannica.
Has he just copied and pasted from Wikipedia? Is that what it is?
Possibly. An upper limb of the human body. All right, he's actually put that in bold. Connected to the hand and wrist to the shoulder. By extension, it is a part similar to a human arm, such as forelimb of an animal. I don't even know what that sentence means.
Forelimb, the front limb of an animal. Forelimb.
It is a part similar.
Similar, yes.
Yeah, but not an actual arm.
Well, I mean, he's even said that only humans have arms, and that's not true.
Listen, if I was a cat, right, and some guy came up to me, or another cat said, I'm going to cut your arms off, I wouldn't have anything to worry about.
I think you'd have something to worry about.
I'm like, this guy, this guy's nuts, and he thinks I've got arms.
Right. So if somebody came up to you and said, I'm going to cut your tail off, you tell me you wouldn't be a little worried?
Yeah, because he's obviously insane and I haven't got a tail.
So the same thing. If someone comes up threatening cats, wouldn't you be like, even if he's saying, oh, I'm gonna, discontinue your subscription to Cat Monthly, you'd be like, what are you doing? You're just harassing cats for no reason. You don't have the power or the ability to discontinue a subscription, even if you wanted to. Yeah.
I'm surprised that there's a Cat Monthly, but
seriously? I bet there's a cat daily if you look hard enough. You know what I mean? People cater to cats.
No one wants. Well, I guess so.
You know what I mean?
I guess so.
Cats probably get more privilege than you and me do, to be fair.
Well, it sounds like it. I bet if a footballer kicked me, it wouldn't be all over the news. It was, poor abuse of the black man. All right, not having that, are they?
Because he kicked you because you were black, Mike. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Not because
the footballer was black, so he's probably kind
it's
of like...
It's alright, you probably knew him. They're having a laugh.
Yeah,
family
talk.
It. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh, wow. We actually have a picture from Anne-Marie. I guess backing your argument. All right. We'll share this on our Facebook page afterwards. Okay. Apparently, this is the only proof and evidence that cats have arms. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
See, that's more like as an acquisition. It's a picture of a cat holding 2 hands. That's what it is. Yeah. So he literally has like a collection. That just
What's
raises more
horrifying
questions.
about this picture is whose hands are they?
That's what I'm saying. Cats with switchblades, Mike. Now who's wrong for kicking them? Yeah. I'll tell you, you're telling me if a cat came
that's
up
what happened.
If you walk down the street and a cat came up to you and says, I despise your killing and raping. You're despicable. And you were like, are you my judge? And he said, no, it's just you should be punished.
I'll tell you've been listening to too much Wu-Tang Jizza albums, man, clearly.
And then he said, I'm gonna cut off your arms. What would you say to that, Mike?
I'd run away.
You'd run. You stay there for the conversation up to that point, and then when you realise,
the first part of it is shock.
Yeah,
because it's a talking cat.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
That's it, right? And now, he's not a friendly cat. He's talking, but clearly he's after more arms for his collection. I'm gonna back away now. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm going to be able to fob him off with a pack of dreamies. I think
yeah.
You know,
so why is he cutting off? Is he creating some like huge bat suit or something?
He's one of those cats that walk the earth, setting all those wrongs right. You know, he sees you as a villain who's got away with too much for too long. Right. You're one of those kind of warlords that's just abusing his power in some small town and everyone living in fear. And he's just
you got the wrong guy, man.
And he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Well, then why are we having this conversation?
We're not.
Throw up your fist, bitch. That's what I'll be saying. Yeah.
Come on, I'm gonna punch you in your cat face.
If you have them.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
And then when he throws his paws out, say you're a liar. See, you ain't got no arms.
Yeah, he's gonna have a sword, Mike. He's not gonna be. It's not Queensberry rules. You're not gonna be boxing a cat. What do you think this is? Clearly, you have the advantage of your side.
This is,
so he's got.
It sounds like we're almost justifying the reasons when you can kick a cat, and then the reality is there's one that we can think of
until they get opposable thumbs.
Yeah, when they get opposable thumbs, running the world, then we need to have a human uprising and do something about
that's it. But I mean, all right, let's put it this way: if you were in a room and somebody threw a cat in there, and you'd be like, "Oh, that's fine," and the cat was like trying to attack you. But it's like, it's a cat. I'll just, keep it away. Then they threw like 6 more cats in there. And then you were like, well, what's going on here? And then the first cat went over to those 6 cats and they were like having a little conversation in the cat language. And
I wouldn't be hanging around for that.
Well, you can't go anywhere. Like, you know what I mean? You're in the room.
Okay, something's going to happen then. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anymore. But something's I don't like where this is going.
Don't like where it's going.
Yeah.
Like they were there. And then you see one of the cats look up out of the huddle, look at you, and then go back down again. And then one of the other cats nods, and then they will kind of turn around and face you.
You know what this reminds me of? I mean, you might be familiar with this. Like back in your days when you were a kid in Bermondsey, you might have seen that other black kid. Yeah. And then you get together and start talking and you see all the other white kids start getting a bit
worried.
Weird. Oh no.
They're banding together.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Roots was on yesterday. They're going to uprise. Going to take over Bermondsey. All right.
The 2 of them. That one's got a patty in his hand. Oh, I don't even know what that is.
All that pepper.
All that pepper. He was singing "No Woman, No Cry" earlier. He's got.
Yeah. But yeah, we digress. Okay. We digress. So yeah, but what do you think about the uprising? the uproar on this whole cat thing?
Well, I mean, it's justified. Clearly, there was no reason for him to be kicking the cat like this. It's disgraceful. It's distasteful. But I mean, it just raises a question: if he's doing that on video to that cat, God knows what he's doing
going on behind closed doors.
You know what I mean? And does this mean now this charity that hear a part of, are they going to drop him?
I think he's already been dropped from a few things.
That wouldn't surprise me. But now, hear me out, right? So we can agree cats are off limits, yeah?
Yeah.
No one should be kicking a cat, yeah?
What about rats?
Now you see, could be a self-preservation thing, because what if
rats are never minding their own business, are they?
Rats are going to have some kind of disease. You know what I mean? So when they say like a rat cornered, a trapped rat, right? They'll fight back.
Yeah.
So that what they say about rats jumping and biting people in the neck, that comes from when they used to try and catch rats. You used to get the rat catcher and they would corner them.
Yeah,
and then
they passed on the knowledge, say, listen, man, these humans come after you, you got to go for the neck, son.
But that's not what happened. See, this is a kind of...
Is it a myth?
It's a myth. I mean, they will bite you on the neck if they have the opportunity, but that's not what they're doing. So what happens
is... They're trying to jump over your shoulder, aren't they?
Exactly, that's what it is. So once you see a rat jumping towards you, what do? You stand up, you back away. Yeah. And as you stand up, you're at the right height for them to land right on your shoulder.
And they'll be like, hey, lunch.
Oh yeah, that's what I was waiting for. And then in the neck.
Fall for it every time.
Yeah, so that's what they say, rats will attack you. But they're just trying to get away. But again, if you're in a room and there's rats and they're coming at you, I don't think anyone's going to mind if you kick rats. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's true. So all of a sudden,
maybe this is more about human preference then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, all right, you can't do cat. Not allowed to kick cats.
No,
clearly.
That's
dogs,
never good.
Definitely not.
Oh God, no.
No.
They prefer to kick cats. You know what I mean?
Man's best friend. What about bears?
See, now anything goes with bears. But then, what if it's a panda?
Oh, you
can't kick a panda.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you got caught on film kicking a panda? You went to like London Zoo.
It would be a short
in
video.
The enclosure, and it's like, watch this, and you're out there, you just booted it.
Yeah, but we know the reason why most people are going to be watching that video is because of what happened after you kicked the panda.
Well, I don't
know
understand.
What's going to happen.
The panda will probably fall over and start crying, and you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm a big man," and you walk off.
But have you seen a real panda? I'm not talking about them baby ones that are just born, right? Let's see how big a panda is. They're about 18 feet. Well, they're not 18,
but yeah, they're pretty.
They're big.
Yes, they are big. It's the sort of thing you
aren't
don't
they the
want.
world's biggest? No, polar bears.
Polar bears. Don't fuck with polar bears, man. Jesus. Oh my God! I dare anyone to try and kick a polar bear. That would be
you would literally just be jumping into his mouth.
Your foot would leave the ground to kick it, and that would be the last time you saw that foot.
Yeah,
it would never touch the floor while being attached to your body again.
Oh, sorry. to cut you. I missed a couple of texts here from Anne-Marie.
So engrossed with the cat talk.
So engrossed with the cat talk. There is something weird about the internet and cats. And we will move on from this very shortly, people.
Right.
I don't want you guys who are new to the show to think this is what we talk about.
No, there's more.
But Anne-Marie says, The Littlest Hobo by the Cat. I feel like there's some context lost there.
The Littlest Hobo. So you remember the show The Littlest Hobo?
No, I don't.
With Benji, the dog?
Oh, right. Is that what it was called?
No. Tell a lie. You had Benji, and then you had the Littlest Hobo. And the Littlest Hobo, do you remember, it's like Rin Tin Tin, like a German Shepherd type dog.
I'm not going to remember this thing.
All right, it was a show in the late 70s, early 80s about this dog called the Littlest Hobo who would travel from town to town. Had a very memorable theme tune. If you YouTube it, it will all come flooding back. But he essentially would every week go to a little town and help somebody or help some poor children or whoever it was, some poor single mum with no money, whatever, and he'd help them. They were probably being terrorized by some,
I've got to say, I'm so not caring about this show.
It's the Littlest Hobo, Mike. How can you not care about the littlest?
I don't care.
Hobo? You don't care about hobos or the littlest of them?
Was this a cat?
No, I've just told you it was a dog. Why would it be like if it was a cat, then all of a sudden it'd be different?
I thought a hobo was like a homeless person.
Yes, but you can be a dog and still be a hobo.
I guess, but when you say the dog hobo,
no, you wouldn't. It doesn't roll off the tongue the same way. Did he happen to be
dog hobo? Did he happen to be really small as well?
Smaller than regular hobos, I guess. Yeah,
regular dog hobo. Okay, fine. I'm learning nothing from this. Nothing.
All right. The point is, Littlest Hobo was a dog,
and he was a bum.
Yes,
right.
Not just a bum. He was homeless, but he still had a big heart. He still went out of his way to help those, even though he had very little himself.
Oh, I see.
You see?
And they made a TV show out of this.
Yes, they did. I understand why you say it in such a derogatory way. Like, it was a ridiculous waste of time.
Is it on TV anymore?
Not at the moment. See. I mean, it had to run
at the moment. Okay,
I'm sure you can find it on certain
Where was
channels.
The last moment it was on TV?
I don't recall.
About 30 years ago. I thought so. Let's move on to the rest of Anne-Marie's text because she's adding more, and there's a few more I'd like to get through.
All right.
Filled my mind with baloney on the littlest hobo. All right. It's the stupidity of the footballer to post a thing in social media, thinking they're never going to know it's me. Yes, that's a true point. Animals from 1 to 10. What's the most kickable? Whoa, I don't know. I don't know if that's a question we can answer on this.
Well, I don't want to be that guy, but if I had to answer, I'm going to go kangaroo.
Kangaroo. Yeah, that's because they drown people.
Yeah.
I'm
sure if you're being drowned by a kangaroo,
you kick all you want, my friend.
That's what I'm saying. Kick away.
Yeah.
Kick away.
But she does go on to say not inciting animal violence. Yeah, that's true. I'm glad we cleared that up.
We are not. Nobody here is inciting animal violence. We're inciting animal defense.
Oh, Ashley has got in contact. He said, "Can you kick a pigeon?" What is wrong with you people? All right. I know they wouldn't attack, but would anyone care? I don't know. I'm not too sure if they would.
If again,
you know what? They're kind of in the rat. It depends. If it's like those pigeons that, like a wood pigeon, all right, that you can get from Marks and Spencer's
like
or
a
Waitrose.
Majestic pigeon.
Yeah, he's got a crown, an actual gold crown, all right. Then you're not allowed to kick him because they're like royalty or something.
Yeah, you'll probably get in trouble for that. Someone will come for you. But
Pavlos also says he loves the clever.
What's that?
The dedication.
Dedication.
Yeah, to the cats on this episode.
Wordplay.
Yes. I declare this the most whimsical jape of the year, Pavlos.
This makes me think this is his brand of humour.
It is.
It's funny, but it's also clever.
It's clever.
Don't forget the clever part.
I imagine he's in a room full of bearded librarians wearing robes.
They're all smoking pipes and nodding in agreement.
Yeah. They don't actually have books. They got tablets. Stone ones.
Stone tablets. Very rare works that no one else will know. Forbidden knowledge. But as for Ashley's question, can you kick a pigeon? Yes, you can. Just don't let anyone see you do it.
Can you kick it? You reckon that's what the song was about?
What, can you kick a pigeon?
Yeah.
I'd like to think it was now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No. I mean, look, for all those people say that's horrible, you shouldn't say kick a pigeon. Fine, right. But when have you ever seen anybody pick up a pigeon?
I've seen that happen.
what, like pet it like a
Yeah,
street pigeon?
It had a broken wing or something, and I remember my friend's mum picked it up, and I don't know what happened
She was
afterwards.
one of those
Yeah.
people.
Oh,
little fella. It was wing.
Oh, maybe we can take it to this random place, and I'm sure they'll fix it
They'll
for
fix
us once
it.
we've turned our backs. They
Yeah.
won't just throw it in the bin.
Can't just wring its neck and chuck it away.
Yeah, in the
leave
oven.
it for foxes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the thing is, look, if you're gonna kick a pigeon, you better have a good reason for kicking a pigeon.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just randomly go around because they're not troubling you.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, you know, like if you're on a train platform. And there's one of those really nasty, grimy pigeons, and it's got like the feathers missing.
Yeah, you
looks-
move away from it. You
it's
don't
got,
go.
like-
You don't run up to it.
Well, that's
and
what I'm
kick it.
saying. And it's got like the toes are missing. It's got like that deformed
Obviously,
stump.
it's had a lot of stuff happen.
It's been through a lot. It's got like that raggedy neck. None of the feathers look like they're joined together anymore. It's not like a smooth pelt of feathers.
Yeah.
It's looked like someone put it in like a tumble dryer and chucked oil on it, and then that's just come out. And it starts coming towards you, right? Because maybe you're eating like some crisps or something, and it wants one of your crisps. What do?
I move away from the pigeon.
Yeah, but it's following you, Mike. You're on a train platform. What are you
It's
going to do? You're going to
pretty
miss
committed.
your train.
I'll get on the train,
The
innit?
train hasn't come yet. It's not coming for another
Look,
25 minutes.
I'm not kicking the pigeon, all right?
All
So
right.
stop it.
So it's walking towards you, mate. What do?
I would shoo, little flying animal. Go away.
And what if it shoos and then it comes back because it realises you're not actually doing anything? You're just waving your hands.
Okay, the foot might come into play at some point.
What if it walks right up to your foot and it starts pecking you on the ankle?
No, then obviously I would move it away with my foot, but not with enough thrust to be accused of kicking it.
What if it
because
jumps on your shoe?
All they're going to see on the camera is a black man kicking a pigeon, and we all know what's going to happen.
You would
That's
just
like
give
10
it some
years.
crisps.
His cousin's going to be a swan or something, and that's it. Game over.
His cousin
All right,
a
because
swan activist.
Birds are all the same.
That's
innit?
it.
All right, we've had a number of texts while you've been randomly going off on this pigeon kicking
I think these are the
exercise.
big questions that people need to hear. They need to ask.
Let's see. Anne-Marie says, my budgie, you know. My brother did kick a pigeon across the road once, and I had to really tell him off. The pigeon got caught on our balcony once. The pigeon has had a hard life.
Wait, hold it. So her brother kicked a pigeon across a road.
Probably, yeah, but when you're a kid, I'm assuming this happened when she was a
this
kid.
is like more distance rather than location. So he wasn't like across the road kicking a pigeon and she ran across to stop him. He was like, watch this everyone, and then psh, and he sent it like a good 15 feet to the other pavement, and it like probably hit a lamppost and fell to the floor lifeless. And she was like, don't do that, it's terrible.
I don't know.
I was like, come on, that was a wicked kick. And everyone's like, that was pretty good, kid.
I don't think anyone did that.
Really? You tell me, if you saw a little kid kick a pigeon right across the road, one kick, you wouldn't be like,
I'll tell you, this is
"That's
quite a
pretty
rare event.
impressive."
I'll make note of this.
Yeah, it was disgraceful.
But I'm not going to give
But
it a points thing like
that
it's the
boy's
Olympics.
He's got
you
a
know?
career ahead of him. He's going to be, quite a striker. Look at that kid's got a leg on him.
Yeah, he's got a leg on him.
I don't
Yeah.
believe you. Do it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're one of those dads, are you?
I'm encouraging.
Come on, son.
Come on.
Right.
See what you got.
When they're done, that's when you kick him.
That's when you get
that's
put the boot
that's
in.
the sort of father you're going to be.
See, again, this is why I never went to Millwall, because you're going to hear a lot of that.
Yeah, that's true. Not that all Millwall supporters are like that anymore.
It was a different time, Mike. It was a different time.
Yeah. Ross has actually backed you up on your TV show. I guess he would be the only person who would have been old enough to have watched this. But anyway, he said he
Anyone
used to
can
love
YouTube it.
but they won't. I used to love The Littlest Hobo. Great theme song. Really?
It was. It was a
this
wicked
is what he's put.
What was that?
Was much better than Lassie. Well, of course it was better than Lassie.
Yes.
That was Greensleeves, wasn't it?
No.
Wait, I'm sure they had Greensleeves playing at the end of Lassie.
Oh, now you're getting me confused now, because I don't know. Because now we're going into old animal
We're not going to go
shows.
down that road.
Black Beauty.
No,
Funny
that
for-
was a stupid show.
It was a
But
stupid-
anyway,
A show about a horse? What's stupid about that, Mike?
yeah, nothing happened in it.
No, but you watch a show about a talking car, though, right?
What, Night Rider? Yeah, man. Anyway, Ross goes on to say, a kangaroo doesn't need to drown you. It will just knock you out instead. Ask Sid Little. Yes.
Yes.
Well, they did put
Oh,
gloves on it.
The
And he says,
wonderful age of TV.
Pavlos has a cat, so I think it's holding him to hostage. Yeah, I can agree with that. That cat doesn't look friendly.
It's not a friendly cat.
I'm not saying it isn't friendly. I haven't met it, but he doesn't look too friendly. Anyway,
Okay.
we've had directions
Yes.
from our offline producer. Back to the footballer, guys.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah.
Right. So, the question is it as big a deal as everyone is making out? Is the shock horror aspect, considering what's going on in the world, right?
Yeah,
Boris partying, you know what I mean? All this sort of stuff.
Just put out there to distract.
I feel like it's
more
a
than
distraction.
anything else. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? People are like, oh God, he's got to go to prison.
Prison.
People have actually been talking about in-game prison.
Wow.
I mean, there is a criminal offence, I think, if you are caught abusing an animal, although that's probably a quite broad term of abuse.
Yeah,
then you can get up to 5 years.
You see, now that would be interesting if he actually did go to prison for this.
What are you going to tell everyone?
What are you in for? Robbery. Yeah. What are you in for? Knifed someone up the back, didn't I?
Yeah.
What are you in for?
GBH.
GBH. I know. What was that, mate? I didn't get last bit. GBH.
GBH cat.
GBH cat. What does that mean? Is that some street lingo?
Yeah,
mate?
it is. Yeah.
What does it mean then? What does it mean?
Doesn't matter.
It does matter because you're inside now.
Yeah.
And we want to know what you're about. You nonce, mate. Is that who you are? You nonce?
Nah. But I do abuse cats. You know, that's what's he gonna say? You know?
I feel like that's
probably worse.
Just as bad, if anything. Yeah. I think. I had a cat once. I love that little fella. Yeah. And you come here. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, I don't think you're making it through the first night.
You're not. You're not.
They're gonna have to move you to a special.
So there's a lesson there, kids.
Don't kick cats.
Don't kick cats. Don't kick any animal unless it's attacking you.
Like
and
a kangaroo.
You've got a chance of survival.
Or a bear, or a lion, or a tiger.
Yeah.
Or a shark.
You can't kick sharks.
Or an alligator. You can kick a shark. You're supposed to kick them on the nose or punch them on the nose, isn't it, to keep them away from you if they come towards you.
What? Whilst you're in the water?
Yes. That's where else were you going to be? Flying through the air. Oh, not another shark.
I'm just thinking, if I'm in the water, how am I going to be kicking? I'm going to be swimming away.
Yes.
Wait, stay still. Let me kick you in the nose.
All right. So hold on. You're swimming away from the shark, right? You have an option to stop and kick it, or to outswim the shark. That's what you're saying to me. Those are your two options, and you're choosing swimming.
You may have a point. I'm just saying my instinct would be to try and retreat away from the shark.
Okay.
Anne-Marie's throwing in some random words this week, so it might be me.
What's happening?
But she's just put hose pipe. So
yeah. Well, that is reference to. Do you remember when they have like the water hose pipe ban?
Yes.
And they were saying, you know what, if you were caught watering your lawn during a heat wave, you could face serious punishment, maybe even jail time. Yeah. Right now, imagine your first day inside. Right, you're standing next to the cat guy.
I'll go with a hose pipe.
They've come in and said, "What were you in for?" The cat guy said, "You know, kicking a cat. He's been dealt with." And they turn to you. What are you in for? What'd you say, Mike? Hose pipe.
I'll go with a hose pipe.
You go with hose pipe.
Yeah, I say I'm not a criminal. I don't belong here. I'm sure I'll make it through the night. Not off with you, fellas. I'm trying to read a good book.
I'm a respectable criminal, like the rest of you scumbags.
Yeah, and then I'll go to sleep, turn my back on them.
Yeah,
and I'm sure I'd wake up in the morning.
You'd be fine. You'd be respected. They'd keep a special place at the dinner table.
They will keep a special place
at the canteen.
For you.
Everyone would be waiting for you to turn up.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. And then she added Sharknado. Those are the sharks you can kick.
Yeah,
see?
Kick, punch, or shoot, apparently.
Yeah.
Because they are flying sharks.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with the tornado.
Nothing.
So, yeah. But yes, I mean, again, there are limits to what you can do. Hippopotamus. Tell me you're not going to try and punch a hippo? It's attacking you.
Then you're already dead.
Pretty much, but you're just going to give it to your face. It's not worth me wasting my energy trying to punch this hippo.
That's like trying to punch a volcano, right? That's just stupid, right? It's not gonna go anywhere.
Are you more worried about it looking pathetic than actually having an effect?
It's not gonna have an effect. That's the point.
What I'm saying. Are you saying that you wouldn't like try and poke it in the eye?
No.
Twist its ear.
Go closer to its mouth.
Well, you're gonna be in the mouth, I'm assuming, at some point.
Exactly.
So the closer you are, you've got.
I'll just try and waste whatever energy I've got running, and then see what happens.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, those things move pretty fast.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, you're telling me,
but
your
little human foot kick against that thick hippo skin, that's gonna work.
You could kick it in the eye. Not that I'm
Again.
advocating kicking hippos in the eye, but if
Yeah.
it was life or death, you know what I mean? You're telling me, oh, it comes at you and you jump, you go over its mouth, you land on its back.
Jump over a hippo.
Yeah, all right. You were on a bench. Yeah, you ran to the. You did like a Jackie
Bobby
Chan.
Beeman or something. How are you going to do that?
You did like a free running kind of thing, like a parkour move. You ran up on the bench and you propelled yourself off, done like a double backflip, landed on the back of the hippo, and the hippo's like, oh shit, that was impressive. And then you like, while he's distracted by your moves, you could just go right for the eyeball. You tell me you wouldn't do that?
No. I'll probably be dead.
I'd be in shock. I can't believe I did that either. And then that's how he gets the upper hand. You were too busy being amazed by your own brilliance.
No, that's not going to happen.
All right,
I think we
fine.
spent way too much time on this footballer story. But yeah, it was an interesting story in the sense that all the uproar and all the judgment. And
yes,
I just think of all the things that are happening in the world, there's a lot of airtime. Ironically, we spent 46 minutes talking about it.
Yes.
So maybe there's something to it. I
Maybe.
don't know.
I guess. I mean, I'm sure if there were more important news stories out there, they would be, broadcasted.
I'm sure.
I'm
It's
sure.
not. I'm sure it's not a distraction.
It's
of
a
any sort.
slow news day, Mike. That's what it is. They probably
Yeah.
think everyone else is probably bored with Russia and Ukraine and the side effects of the vaccine and all of these things. They're
People
bored.
dying.
It's old
the
news, Mike.
Yeah,
It's
the
supposed to
country
be
reopening in a few weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
No, kicking cats.
Kicking
That's
cats.
what everyone
Yeah.
wants to know.
People want
about.
news, Mike. They don't want olds. Yeah.
News. Clever.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
You can
before.
use that one, Pavlos. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
He won't. But
Well, not to my face, but he'll go to work tomorrow. Trust me, it'll be by the
Will.
water cooler,
And
and
he'll
that's why
They use
call
the
it
old.
news, not old. Oh my God, this guy's hilarious. Yeah, I came up with that myself.
Stupid idea to use that Pavlos. That's the worst jape I've ever heard. Get out of our
not up
club.
to your usual
Give me that
standard.
book back.
Oh, you're
And then
banished.
he'll be out.
You're banished.
He'll be out.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
So, I think we finalised
All right.
the cat story.
I think we've reached a conclusion. I don't think it's finished, but I'm
there's more
happy
to this.
to leave it where it is.
The cat's revenge.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more to discuss about cats, but we'll leave that for another show.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah.
There's you've got a
So-
whole internet for that.
There's so much, but
Okay.
I feel like we're being greedy now. So
Yeah.
we should probably move on to something else.
I think so. What's the next?
Okay, I see. I thought you had something. You were so eager to get off of the topic, but that's fine.
Well, yeah, it's only because you had the list in front of you, and I don't.
I see. I haven't. Well,
Admin, remember?
I see. Oh, I
There
see
you
how
go.
it works out. So basically, it's just me doing all the work again. is
Not
that
all
what
the
you're
work,
saying?
just some of it.
I'm sorry. So what is it you're doing now exactly?
I am producing the show.
For time. I see what you're saying. Very important work. I don't know how the show would get moving without
I don't
that.
know either. I don't know.
It baffles me, quite frankly. Yeah, so what I want to talk about now is recently they had the Brits. And I don't know if you saw this, Mike. You keep up with current events. You keep up with the young people's music.
Yeah, MC
the
Hammer.
awards. Who?
No, don't worry about it.
MC Hammer.
MC Hammer, is that what the kids are listening to nowadays?
Yes.
All right,
Kids are
let me
listening
think.
to MC
No,
Hammer.
it's not MC Hammer.
No.
They are listening to
Please don't.
what?
Who are you you're going to say something like Bobby McFerrin, aren't you? You're going to
No.
say something ridiculous like that.
No.
Who,
Level 42.
Level 42.
No.
I don't
Not
think,
level 42.
Not
All
as
right.
much as you would imagine. Although, I mean, a solid group. Don't get me wrong.
Soul Solid Crew. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, very current.
Very current.
Not
Look at
20
you,
years old.
Moving into the latter
How old
part
is Ashley
of the
Waters
last
now?
century.
What? 57. He's a youngster.
Actually, well, yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah. All right. But funny enough, no, they're not listening to Soul Solid Crew. No comeback album from them at the moment.
Okay.
No,
I didn't think they left.
they were still around. Me personally, I'm still waiting for Musical Youth to make a return, but that's just me. That's just me.
Yeah, that's probably going to
Anyway.
require some sort of reanimator stuff. But carry on.
Anyway, not to get too far off the point. So we had the Brit Awards earlier this week,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the big things about the Brit Awards is that it's live. which means anything can
Anything
happen.
can happen. Yeah, people can be a bit saucy and wear a funny dress
they
or
get
something.
away with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all remember Jerry Halliwell and that Union Jack flag dress. It's like, oh, it changed the country.
It did.
Mike.
Everyone got patriotic.
They did. It was
Everyone loved ginger again.
all thanks to girl
Again.
power again, because clearly it was always.
It was
women up
always.
there.
It was always the thing
Why
that
wouldn't it be?
everyone lauded after in school.
Lovely hair color and freckles combination.
And yeah,
you know,
full melanated.
yeah. I mean, sun is not your friend, but on the other side, you've
Auburn
got-
is in this year.
That's what I'm saying. A very autumny color. But as soon as autumn's, over and winter's over and spring is over, you better get back inside. That's all I'm saying. But
Okay. So before you go on, I just want to add. I don't want to miss out on a couple of texts.
Okay.
Ross has said, people think they want news, but they do actually want olds. Nice and reassuring, probably. And Soul Solid Crew are probably are 20 years old. Didn't one of them become a West End stage star? Wow.
probably,
I think you're
I
right.
mean,
I think you're right.
well, good for them. You know, you. To be fair, how long was that going to last? Those Soul Solid Crew. You got 60 MCs all trying to
21
get.
seconds to go.
You know what I mean? It's like how we can't all.
You
be
kind of
famous.
set your own clock there, really,
That's what I'm
isn't it?
saying. Even us as a group,
I've got 25
realised-
years to go. That's what you should have said, guys. But you set the bar too low.
It's 25 seconds.
21 seconds to
21
go.
seconds. Now, look at this. You're a part of a crew, right? Everyone's an MC. Everyone's got their own style. Everyone's got their own name and their style and dress and whatnot. Now, no matter how long the song is, you can only get 21 seconds.
Exactly.
Right. So at some point, you're going to think, you know what? Maybe I want, 42 seconds. Is that
No, but they were living a fast life. The man has only got 21 seconds.
21
to get me.
seconds. It's just like that, yeah? And it's like, yeah, but then your whole career is just going to be based on that. You need to branch out. You need to be doing something else. You can't. You tell me you're going to be 45 and still only rapping for 21 seconds. Come on, bruv.
I think that was just the name
Change
of one
it
of
up.
their songs.
Well, I mean, it says a lot about, the dynamics within the group. I feel like if I'm part of a group and they're like, yeah, listen, don't try no funny business, yeah? When you get on there, you got 21 seconds. After that, hand the mic over to somebody else. Yeah, but I got bars, bruv. I've been up all night writing rap. Listen, 21 seconds. Yeah? Yeah, all right then. And then you grab the mic.
but there was about 15 of them in the crew. That's
what
why
I'm
they had
saying.
21 seconds.
That's why you got to do something else. That's why Ashley Waters is doing Top Boy and whoever else has gone on to do whatever else. I mean, there
So
probably
I'm
are.
sick of this 21 second stuff.
That's what
I'm
I'm
going to go
saying.
into acting.
Exactly. I'm sure that's exactly how the conversation
I'm sure
went.
that's what happened.
You know what I mean? And you got them diehard members like, nah, man, I'm so solid for life. You get me? I'm gonna be in here. I'm gonna be in a lab working on these rhymes. You get me? And they're still there now.
They're still there now,
Still
working on the album.
That's it.
Yeah.
When will it be released? We'll never know.
Yeah.
We'll never know. We can only live in hope, Mike.
Outside the cafe in my lane, trying to pitch a CD to passers-by on their way to work.
Oh, you got to start somewhere, Mike.
Look, what do you mean you don't use CD players anymore? what's this MP3 stuff you're talking about? I'm sure that's not what's happening. I'm sure they're all very, very, very
successful.
very
And
successful.
it all worked out.
They are all
perfectly.
bankers now.
Yes.
Bankers.
Did you say
Bankers.
with a B?
B, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so yeah, back to the story. Brit Awards. Right. Anything
Yeah.
can happen.
Right. So,
Right. Now, unfortunately, there was a performer there, an artist called Anne Marie, not our Anne Marie, a different Anne Marie. I'd be very surprised if it was our Anne Marie. Anyway, she was doing her performance with KSI. Did a little, I'm coming on stage. All the dancers around there. Came down some stairs. Little
dear.
unstable on the feet, Mike. Little unsteady.
Naomi Campbell moment.
A bit, yeah. Dropped down. But, I mean, she was professional. She stayed true. Kept on with the performance. I mean, throat was a little, shaky afterwards. But still, she jumped
But
back
she
in.
didn't mash up her leg and her leg was bent the wrong way and she still tried to sing.
She still continued with the performance. I think after that it went fine. But I feel if you're watching the performance and right at the beginning someone drops, it's kind of hard to forget for the rest of the performance.
Well, yeah,
if
but
I'm
you
gonna
want to see
drop,
how they recover. It
Yeah.
becomes more intriguing. It's like, I want to see how long
Yeah.
she can stand on that leg.
Exactly. But you're not listening to the song, are you? You know what I mean? What she should have done.
Do
right?
they even listen to the songs at the Brit Awards anyway?
Well, you and me probably wouldn't, but I'm
It's
assuming
usually
people
about
who-
what they're wearing.
Well, I guess, but I mean, if I've paid money to go to the Brit Awards you better be singing. You know what I mean? You better be doing something. I'm not coming to see a fashion show.
Aren't half of them miming?
Stormzy's latest, his trousers. I mean, come on.
Aren't they usually miming half the time?
No, they don't. Listen, this is, you see, you're showing your age. This is like back in the day, Top of the Pops, where you could get away with miming. You know what I mean? Do a big whole dance routine like Bobby Brown and not miss a beat, and then it'd be like, yeah, I sang all that.
I'm showing my age.
Yes.
Bobby Brown.
What?
Because all the kids know who he is.
Yeah, but you know
Bobby
who Bobby Brown
is. Is older than some kids' granddads. It's
all
true.
right, that is true. Fair point. All right, but the point is, people don't mime anymore. Why would you go to a live performance and have miming?
They probably got an app for that now.
Probably. Our old man brain can't comprehend an app. What does that do with who? And I need to lie down. Bring me some pie. Listen, anyway, the fact is, if you're going there, you want to see live performance. You want to see people getting up, dancing, singing, doing it. You know what I mean? You want to see, I was there.
Awards, yeah, I get it. I remember the engine.
You know what I mean? But you don't want to be like, just hearing this exact same version of the album you have at home just being blasted at you through speakers while somebody mouths the words. And it's like, wait, but this is your song. Why are you mouthing the words? I can understand if someone else was pretending to be you, but it's your song. You came up with it, so why are you
Maybe it's the person who's been pretending the whole time.
Ooh, it's like a Milli Vanilli, Mike.
A Milli Vanilli. Oh. Yeah, again showing our age. But,
I feel like Milli Vanilli is timeless, though. Whenever you talk about miming, anyone pretending to mime, getting caught for miming.
Let's just put that out there to the listeners.
Okay.
All right, 07983 833 661. Text us if you actually remember who Milli Vanilli is, and it wasn't something that your dad told you about.
All right. So
listen, there you go.
If they're of a certain age, then they would have to be told by somebody.
A certain age.
Yes, but they wouldn't have been. They wouldn't have seen it live like we did.
I heard about it. It'd be like us, hearing about the war.
It
is.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah, but we know that happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, that's old. That's boring. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Well,
it's
to
not
be honest,
relevant because it's old.
This is probably the only time we can compare Milli Vanilli and the war. Yeah. One had more of an impact than the other.
Yeah.
And I'm betting.
Well, I mean, people don't mime anymore because of Milli Vanilli.
They don't. Yeah.
Well, all right. To be more accurate, right? They may mime, but they mime their own songs. Nobody's allowed to pretend that they're miming someone else's
that was
song.
the key thing.
That's changed the industry. So.
Talking of the Brit Awards, we did get a image of a fashion choice. Ooh. I don't know who this is, but it looks like someone who's just dressed in their pajamas, and they are also a mummy. So I don't know who this person is.
And the mummy. Okay, Brit Awards. That's at the bottom.
Fashion.
Brit Awards fashion. Okay.
That's sent in by Marie. I don't know what that means.
Let me see that again. Because the thing is, I mean, it's possible.
Oh, he's wearing a mask.
That's what I'm saying. It's possible till you get to the mask, and then it's like, why would you wear a mask at the Brit Awards? I mean, unless you're like Daft Punk or something, then that's your thing. But
they had the right idea.
See, if you're gonna make
mask up from the.
Well, listen, if you're gonna wear a mask, wear a Daft Punk mask. People are gonna pay attention to that. You know what I mean? See,
I would go out.
That's what I'm saying. I'd wear that to the shops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just that and a bathrobe and some slippers.
That'd be cool. You know what? You could go to shops. In fact, I should start doing that because I don't like awkward conversation in shops. All right. If I just went into my local, I just had the Daft Punk mask on.
Yeah.
I could just hand over my money, and they'll be like, "How you doing, my friend?" I'll be like, "Just give me my shit."
No, you know what you need? You need that Cylon noise.
What? Oh, yeah.
So every time someone asks you something,
or the Knight Rider one, since we're bringing that back. No, let's go with the Cylon one.
Cylon's better. All right, you could do that.
Sounds a bit too camp for me.
What do you mean? Well, you C-3PO all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh
yeah.
My. No, listen.
See, no one respects that robot.
What? Look, all I'm saying is like, if you go in there with your Daft Punk mask on, right? You may not get anyone talking to you, but you're going to get a lot of attention. You're going to be like, oh wow, on
where's
social
the
media.
Other one?
The other one.
Dead. And on that note, it is 9 o'clock, so we're going to take a 10-minute break, and we'll be back in 10 minutes. I always screw that up. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and then we'll be back in. You're
10 minutes. Too eager with the information. You've got to string them along. We're going to take a break, and they're like, for how long? no. 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
tease them.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, not just jump in there.
yeah. I'm going to take a 10-minute break. All right,
Yeah,
calm down.
and when we come back, we are going to start with our question of the week because we've had a submission from someone. Go give a little shout out to Marion. She's come up with a good question for this week.
Yeah.
So tune in at 10 past and we will be right back.
Alrighty.
And we are back.
Yeah.
10-minute break. Like I said.
Is it 10 exactly, Mike?
It is 10. It is 10.
It is 10. Don't ask me any more questions.
Yes, so before we go on, I've left the door open. Could you just quickly close that door?
Admin is not enough for you, Mike?
I know.
Seriously?
Yeah, could you get this cup of tea? All right, please. Yeah.
Last slave die off.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Nice little skirt you got on there, love.
Is that better?
Thank you. There you go. Put up your chair. There you go, love.
You hear that, listeners? You hear how far I had to walk to close the door?
It is. But, you know,
Disgraceful.
he's worth the money. I don't pay him.
You know what? If anyone out there is looking for a co-host for their radio show, I'm open to offers. Yeah. Just get in touch at the show with the number.
The number that you don't know.
I do know.
Yeah,
actually,
oh,
Mike.
999.
It's
Yeah,
in
just call that. Yeah.
Just call 999. That's what I'm encouraging the listeners to. No, you can get in touch with me on WhatsApp. That is, if Mike will pass the message along, but we'll see. At 07983 833 661.
If you want D to be replaced, yes. Okay, you do that.
You know what? I don't deserve this kind of shabby treatment. You know, I bring a lot to the show. And I
do,
feel like
you do.
not being valued. Yeah. Okay. And I'll put it out there, and that's it. Now things are awkward. So.
All right. I'll wait for all those messages to come in.
Yes. Well, enjoy me while you've got me, Mike, because I'll be moving on. I'm pretty sure.
Big things.
Yep, big things are coming my way. I can feel it.
Yes.
Things are going to change.
It is.
I'm going to get a
I
call.
guess a bit like that littlest hobo you were talking about before. Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be good.
I'm going to change. I'm going to move around from the radio station. I'm going to be on Capital and the others ones. So.
A man who knows his radio. Okay, so
Yes.
it is that time. So, do I need to bring down the volume?
I can.
because
Yeah, all right. Well,
it is that time.
it's question of the week, and as you know, I like to put my little personal spin on the intro.
Okay.
It's a question of the week, and I like to throw it out there. You know, anybody got any suggestions? But that's fine. You know, no one's got in contact, and don't try to message now, yeah, because we say to you, get in contact with us all the time on the show. You can get in contact with us on Twitter, on Instagram, Facebook, email, and you don't, right? So now I'm forced to make up my own intro, right? And remember, you could have had a part in this, listener. You could have said, oh yeah, do it in the style of, or you could have done, and then it would have been good. But no, it's too late now. So now I'm doing this, yeah? That's what I'm saying. These ladies don't mess around. Are you serious, man?
Sorry.
How many times are you going to try to
I was
sabotage
just checking
me?
the Twitter.
I'm sorry, was I boring you?
No, I was checking the Twitter to see if
Were
anyone got
you?
in contact.
Are you sure you just wasn't
And
watching?
I clicked our own video accidentally.
Oh, okay, you weren't just watching the episode of Ozarks while I was talking. Is that what's going
No,
on?
that'll be after.
I see. I will be doing that, but you go on rambling. It's graceful. Seriously,
Professionals.
anybody looking for a co-host, get in touch. Yeah, just I'm open to anything.
On their own radio show that he can
Yes,
join.
I would. Yeah, I'm happy to. I can move around.
Make the tea. Yeah.
Anyway,
So, question of the week. I'm going to turn down the volume. D is going to do his melodious, talented
I'm gonna-
jingle
yeah.
for the question of the week. So,
All right. So. Get
that sounds
ready.
perverse.
Really. You can't help yourself, can you?
It sounded
you,
like-
You're just the sabotage level of sabotage is just ingrained in you. I can't believe. I'm gonna just please.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna because I don't even know why. It's something
I don't know.
incorrect with wrong with you. You just don't like to see anyone succeed. Is that what it is, mate?
I think it's mainly just you. Really.
All right, I'm gonna try a different style now. Clearly, that's not your thing.
Sorry.
You weren't feeling
I wasn't
the
feeling.
Barry White. Isaac
Is that
Hayes.
what it was?
It was. I was going for Isaac Hayes thing.
Oh, okay.
But you didn't.
It sounded
That's
like
fine.
some sort of guy who had just recently relieved himself. But go on.
Okay. Are you gonna do? You're not gonna. Fine.
Lips are sealed.
Right. Hippity hop hip. Hip it to the hip hop and you don't stop. Talking to the bang bang boogie, the up jump the boogie to the boogie and the rhythm of beat. This is the time that you tune into the show to hear what me and Mike want you to know. That is this week the question that is the question of the week. There. See what I did there, Mike?
Okay, that was actually pretty good.
I rhymed week with week. You see what I did? That was genius.
That has never been done before.
I don't think so. I think I'm the first one. Yeah?
Yeah,
So,
to rhyme the same word.
there it is.
I think you need to be in that versus battling thing.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of talk about Eminem and Busta doing that, but I think neither of them have.
They're not ready.
They're not ready for you.
Yeah.
They're not ready.
I was thinking maybe it might be a bit much for Eminem.
It might be, Stan and all that, all those songs he's done.
He's good. Don't get me wrong. He's good. He's done all right, lad. But this is
It's interesting that you chose that inspiration, because I was actually thinking about it earlier today, what your jingle would be, and that was one of the suggestions in my head.
You see, you could have had some credit there, but now it just seems
No,
like you're
it's
jumping
all
on the
it's all
bandwagon.
you. No.
see?
I was thinking about it, but I don't have the talent.
Were you though? I mean, anyone could say that after the fact.
Yeah, no, I'm not taking any credit. This is all
I know,
you.
I know you're not, because you can't.
Stop it.
So I'm just saying, stop now. Yeah, just
It's not funny anymore,
leave it.
mate. Yeah,
right.
I look like I'm laughing.
Some joke that I just don't get. Yeah. Anyway, so not to get too far off the point, we were actually here to talk about the question of the week.
Yes, go on.
Not just to, marvel in my amazing talent at ad-libbing songs. So the question of the week is, and this is a relationship-based one, Mike.
Yes,
so,
this is from our new listener, Marion.
Marion.
So thank you for the suggestion. It's definitely better than the ones we've come up with over the weeks, I think.
There you go, listener. You see,
prompt some discussion.
That's what I like. See, if you, the listener, had suggested this, you'd be getting your own personal shout out on the show as well to say thank you for suggesting the question of the week. But
you didn't.
You didn't want to do it, did you?
Yeah, so you get nothing.
Thought it's too big, too busy. I ain't got time for that. Yeah, make them sort out whatever they come up with. Yeah. Well, now look at you. Yeah, that's what you get. Anyway, the question of the week is, what as a man would you define as not getting enough love or attention in your relationship? So we all know that relationships have their ups and downs, and we usually tend to hear from the woman's side, the female side, oh, he doesn't care for me, doesn't spend enough time with me, blah, blah, blah. And that's fine. But we never really hear the other side, the man's side,
Yeah. What does he need?
What does he need? What does he consider, he's not getting enough of, to say that, this is, I don't feel like I'm getting enough. I don't feel I'm valued. What's happening? Oh, you don't look at me the same way. What's happening? So what is it?
Yeah. What makes you feel validated? What makes you feel like you're an equal partner in this relationship, that you're being considered? What is in fact, I'm making assumptions based on what I've heard from what some women have said, but we're talking to the blokes out there as well. What is it that
you class as being,
what's the value? What are the
valued?
valuable? What are the things that keep you there, that keep you feeling secure, wanted, whatever it is?
Yeah.
What's your thing?
We want to hear from you, the fellas. And I mean, this isn't just a one-side thing. Women, you're welcome to join in and let us know what you think men need. You understand? So
No, don't do that.
don't give them a start, Mike.
Yeah,
Once they get
start
going,
thinking,
we'll be in trouble.
dear. Yeah.
No, but maybe we could, get the meeting of the sexes. They can find out.
This would be a first.
It could be. We could change everything tonight, right here on this show.
I like the sound of that.
And I will take all the credit. So the point is,
Well, it's not really your question.
Well,
it was Marion's
I aired
question.
it. I asked the question. No, so
I gave you the question.
yeah, but you didn't ask it. So You know, you gave me a question that someone gave to you. So essentially, you're a messenger. You're a messenger boy, aren't you?
Yeah, but as long as you're not getting credit, that's all.
Telegram for Mr. David. Telegram for Mr. D. Give it here, boy. There you go. On your way. Here's a tuppence. Thank you. And you scurry off to the cake shop. You know, get yourself a sticky bun. Yeah. Good day's work. There you go.
Good day's work.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway,
getting paid more than you are right now.
Well,
so, you know,
it's
there's
not all
always
about
that.
the money, Mike. It's about the notoriety and the respect.
The notoriety and the respect.
That you would know nothing about. That's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Carry on.
Anyway, so all I'm saying is like, listen, guys are gonna get in touch, right? And they can tell us, well, this is what I feel, blah, blah, blah. And then women can get in touch and say, well, I thought that men just like sandwiches. And it's like, oh, see, that's where we're going wrong. I do like sandwiches, but only on a Thursday. And then everything will be fixed, Mike. Everybody's relationship will be perfect. And I'm pretty sure we can pull it off. So,
Okay. Yeah. Ambitious. I like it. So, yeah, let us know on 07983 833 661. You can text us on WhatsApp or even get in contact with us on our Instagram page. I will check it at some point. But yeah.
Yes. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
But yeah, you're right. We do actually hear a lot of this sort of talk, mainly from women, because maybe it tends to be the norm that women, this is what I hear anyway.
That's what I hear.
Right, that it tends to be men that are more neglectful of the woman's needs in general. That seems to be the general complaint a lot of the time.
Also,
but what about us?
Well, you know what? This is what I was going to say. I feel that part of the reason is that women are more vocal about what they want, their emotions. You know what I mean? Men tend to be like, talking about no emotions and shit. That's weak.
Yeah,
oh, man.
That's right.
And
push it down,
boil it up,
and then let it explode at the most inappropriate moment.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just when you see that other dad at your child's football match, and you know what I mean, he's having a go, and that's a perfect time to start a fist fight in front of children. And that way you can get rid of all that pent up anger. You know what I mean?
That's
you know,
fruitful and healthy way to.
Maybe you're at the pub, fruit machine don't go your way, smash it up.
Yeah.
There you go. You know what I mean? Parking
home with a cat. Maybe that's what happened.
Maybe we're getting into the deep. That's what it is.
That's what it is. He was feeling neglected by his girlfriend, so he decided to
let it out on the cat. You know, it's unfortunate, but maybe he was the real victim, Mike. Did you ever think about that? Yeah.
I think we need to turn this around, right?
Yeah.
And we can have some sort of
some open dialogue and you know, find out what's really going on inside that's making these men do these horrific things. Whose fault is it really? Because it's not theirs, Mike.
Yeah, clearly.
You know, it's someone else's.
It's someone else's. I think we all know what we're talking about here, don't we?
Well, you know, can only be one other person.
Yeah.
But seriously, get in touch. Let us know, if you're a man, what do you think makes you feel valued in your relationship? And as a woman, what do you think men need to feel valued in their relationship?
All right, well, why don't we kick this off? I mean,
okay,
we're well-travelled men. We've been across the world. We've had many experiences in many lands. And anyway,
be careful where you go with this, my friend.
Yeah, it's all radio. It's all pretend.
They don't
this
know.
Is not the real me.
It's not at all. It's all fabricated for the purposes of the show.
Entertainment.
So, there you go.
Fiction.
So therefore, we cannot be held accountable for anything that is said.
Because it's all hypothetical and not real,
places
and not representative of our opinions or viewpoints.
People we've never met who don't exist. It doesn't matter. It's just larks, isn't it, Mike?
We could say absolutely anything. No, not really. Let's not go that far. But yeah.
But yes. So Mike, what do you feel makes you feel valued in your relationship?
So what? Like, makes you feel like a man.
Well, if that's your thing.
Really.
Some people like that, though, don't they? They want to be the big man.
They want to be a bit. I want to come home, right? Newspaper ready, right?
Yeah.
None of this.
You're going straight 1950s, ain't you?
1950s, Dad. Slippers warmed.
Pre-warmed slippers.
Yeah. None of this putting it next to the radiator stuff. I want you to rub them together with your hands. All right. I want to feel the work and the love that you've put into it.
You want the breathing on the slippers with to kind of get the heat.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And then that's natural heat. That's what you want. You don't want none of this fabricated radiator heat.
That's it. I want warm slippers.
Yeah.
right?
You want to feel like an effort's gone into warming your slippers. Yeah.
That's it. Grub ready.
Grub ready.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you what I want. You just got to know it.
And it better be good.
Yeah.
Or it's going against the wall.
Yeah.
No, is that what you're going to do?
That is not. Yeah. This is
living in fear. Is that what's happening?
Yeah. That's not the picture.
It's not. Again, fabricated, Mike.
Exactly.
It's made up. It's not real things.
All right. But in answer to your question, I guess. Let's see. None of all that math stuff. No, not really. I don't really know. I guess it's a case of, all right, you can communicate with that person.
Definitely.
All right, and they can communicate with you.
Yeah.
You're respectful of each other's views. Most of the time, you're gonna have your moments in it where you just don't want to know, do you? You know what I mean?
Wait, you don't want to know about from them, or
no? Or it could be on either side. I mean,
Yeah.
depending on your mood at the time.
Yeah.
You know, you may. Let's say the other half comes home from work. She's had a long ass day, and she does need to vent. But you've also had a long ass day,
Ooh.
and you've had enough. I don't want to hear any more noise from anyone. And they come in. Oh, you're not going to believe what happened today. Right, yeah, because you know. And then you just yeah.
And then Sharon said, and then she went to HR, and you know what they did?
And then you try and rush through it, and then they realise you're not listening, and it's like, oh, so you're just going to brush me off then, yeah?
No,
all right.
I didn't.
No,
it wasn't.
Yeah.
And it's just
later
more
on,
wood for the fire.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got that awkward, silent dinner. You know what I mean? Don't need that.
Nothing but forks and knives clattering against plates. That's it.
Yeah.
Can you pass the gravy? What? So can you pass the gravy, please?
Yeah. But the reason why I think this particular question came up, because I actually recently had a conversation with someone, and they said that their partner basically said they left the relationship because they didn't feel wanted or loved enough. This was coming from a man, which I thought was quite interesting because I hadn't heard that from guys before.
So he felt he wasn't being loved enough.
Yeah.
So obviously being loved was a big factor.
It begs the question, what does that look like? What do you need as a man to feel loved enough?
That's a deep question, Mike. I mean, it's hard enough for men to admit that they need love, and yet then to define what that means. I mean, if it's like, you know, all right, for me, it's having someone to talk to. You have to have someone that you can have a conversation with. You know what I mean? Because after all that, you know, when you're young and you meet someone and you go through that honeymoon phase and you're having sex every day and whatnot, and all of that kind of wears off, you want to have someone that you can sit down and you can have a conversation with. You know what I mean? And then you realise if you've got something in common. Because if you don't, then that's all the sex in the world isn't going to make any difference. You know what I mean? You've got to be able to sit down and have something in common.
It can't be just that.
Just rutting.
Yeah.
Nah. You know what I mean? That's
some caveman shit.
that's not going anywhere good. So, you know what I mean? But you've got to be able to have a dialogue. You've got to be able to communicate. You know what I mean? Have laugh with that person. You know what I mean? So I reckon that's part of it. So if you're in a relationship, maybe this guy didn't have a back and forth. Maybe he couldn't talk to his partner.
It's that, or maybe it depends on the guy, though, innit? Because it might be that the guy just has very base level requirements in his relationship.
You mean like what? Just food and sex?
Yeah, it could be one of those guys who's like, because the poor girl didn't cook something on whatever day. You don't love me enough. You know what I mean? It's
I feel like
that?
Maybe you're using it as an excuse.
Yeah, or maybe it's those guys who need to be needed.
To be needed. Okay.
Yeah, so let's say you have some guys, they might be quite successful and they're used to being on top and the provider and all this sort of stuff, and they've grown up with this sort of ideology on how the balance of a relationship is. Yeah. And he meets someone who is equally as ambitious and enabled, and is chasing their dream. And it's like, I'm going to college. Yeah, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm a doctor now.
Just
I'm
like
in office. It happened overnight, right?
I'm assuming his career has moved just as fast as hers. Yeah, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. They're equal standing. So she's become a doctor. He's become whatever he wanted to become, and they're like a power couple, and they're moving.
Well, yeah. I mean, if they're a power couple, but if he's got this sort of need to feel that she needs to need me.
Yeah. She wouldn't be able to survive without me. I keep this.
And some people have that sort of sense of
well, we can call it control, but it might be more of a insecurity more than anything else.
It sounds more like the...
Yeah, I think it's more likely it's insecurity. But they're not going to say that to themselves, are they?
That one, they're not insecure, Mike. You're insecure.
You're insecure because you need me. Right? You're nothing without me. Not insecure at all.
I don't know. I don't like where that relationship is going. Yeah. But yes, I mean, yes, there is definitely an aspect of that. I think if you're that kind of a man, it usually stems from how you've been brought up. You usually come from a family where that's already been prevalent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it might be a situation, because the thing about it is, what we don't seem to realize is the things we grow up with essentially become outdated because things change. So we're living by rules that were taught to us by people who lived differently. The things were different back then, but those same rules don't apply now.
Well, that's interesting. So what do you think
take this
is different for us men of our age? Not going to disclose.
Well, from when we were growing up to men our age, young men now, shall we say. Well, I think it's all become a lot more fluid. Anyone can be whatever they want to do. I think when we were growing up, we had a sense of freedom. We could have been certain things, but within reason. It wasn't like, okay, I can't even think of a scenario now without sounding like an old bigot. But it was like, all right, if you were in a relationship, you had to be the man. You know what I mean? And your woman would want you to be a certain kind of a man. That was that kind of thing. You had to be the... When you go to dance and your girl's like, you're gonna have that man's looking at me, you're gonna have it. You know what I mean?
That conversation.
No, I didn't see anything. You just let man just look at me like that, yeah? I thought you were supposed to be my man, you're supposed to be take care of me. And it's like, okay.
Get rid of her.
Yes, she will get you shot.
Yeah.
But now it's more like you could be in a situation and it could be go to the same club, and now all of a sudden it's not that she wants you to be the man. She's probably the one looking at women, telling you know what I mean, stay away from my man, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
You're gonna have that. That girl's looking at you. You're gonna have that. You're just gonna disrespect me like that and all that kind of thing. And she's gonna step up and
you don't need
I
that.
did nothing. I just existed. She looked at me. Why am I being blamed? And all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's true.
I think it's different boundaries now. Everything has become a lot more open. I think when we were going to nightclubs, it was like men approached women, and we just see it that way. You know what I mean? But now you can go to a nightclub and be approached by women or men or whoever, and it's
Which
just
is
seen
great.
Well, of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Well, great for these young guys, man. You don't have to do anything. You just
That's what I'm
stand there
saying,
and look
just drops in your lap.
magnificent.
The man work hard to do, Mike.
Yeah.
No, but but the thing is, I mean, yeah, if you're gonna base your rules of your relationship on the rules someone's taught you that like 20, 30 years old, then obviously it's not going to stand up, because it's not going to fit with what people are able to do now. So I think that's the problem. The rules you're living by are outdated. I think you've got to kind of flesh out your own rules, make your own relationship. So this situation you're talking about with this guy feeling, I don't feel loved, maybe he just hasn't expressed what it is he needs to be loved.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's probably a problem for a lot of guys, though, isn't it?
Well, see, now again, another outdated way of thinking. Men don't talk about their feelings.
Well, yeah. I mean, let's take it like you. I mean, are you the type of guy to turn to your other half and say, I don't know if you love me? Not in that tone.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Maybe not exactly that. I don't think so.
Okay, let me try that again.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm kind of feeling a bit undervalued here.
Is this your impression of me?
Yes, it is.
I see.
No, I don't actually imagine you saying that. But you would probably bring up the conversation in some sort of way.
Well, if it came to that, yeah, I'm sure I would say,
which wouldn't make you look like a total.
I try to do it with as much dignity as possible, Mike. You know what I think? You don't care about me. And I don't think that would do me any favours. Get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, you don't think that the respect would still be there?
No, I don't think. I mean,
is that what you're saying, Dee?
Yeah, it would hurt me more to be open about my emotions than to bottle it all up, Mike. I think is probably the best move. I mean, I wouldn't approach it that way in the first place, but if that was
it's not a winning strategy that I've ever seen.
But that being said, there's someone out there for everyone. So even if that was my way of approaching it, I'm sure I'd be able to find someone who would appreciate that honesty and wouldn't laugh at me and think I was a little bitch. So I think that's probably more their shortcomings than mine. I think.
Yeah, you're going to be spending a lot of time looking for that person, but yeah, that's you'll eventually get there.
Yeah,
Everyone
eventually.
can find love.
Everyone. It's that easy, Mike. Just go on. Was it not?
Dating app.
Dating app. Yes, that's what it's
All
called.
your answers are there.
On dating app. Just look on. Just Google dating app, and it will come
You'll
up.
find you go on a Play Store,
as such.
all right, and it'll have 4 stars next to it because it's called dating.
Could have 5, but something went wrong.
Yeah,
Little data breach, but don't worry about that. We fixed it now. 4 stars dating app. You know, find the person of your dreams.
Yeah,
and then and that's
not a
it.
bot.
Not a bot at all. We just take your personal information and use it for your benefit. Yeah,
not us.
No,
we're not going to make money.
You know what I mean? Also, are you interested in Bitcoin? And then, you know, it will just spiral off into something else. But yeah, I think the main thing with your friend, the key is honesty, open and honest. Yeah, if you're having problems, you need to be open and honest. Otherwise, there's no point saying you don't care about me because you never did X, Y, Z. And they were like, but I never even knew you liked X, Y, Z. What are you doing? You don't just start throwing shit up like, yeah, you never put gravy on the mash, and now I'm leaving. So I didn't even know you liked gravy. You never once said anything about gravy. But you should know who eats dry mash. Yeah. You're a mad person. That's why I'm leaving. You know what I mean? Me personally, I think that person's just looking for an excuse to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So when guys do come up with, so what we summarized so far is that when a guy comes up and says, you know, I don't feel like I was loved enough or whatever, he's probably just making an excuse to get out.
I reckon so. I don't think that
I've never heard any guys actually say that.
I think it's a disarming technique to make his partner feel like this is their problem rather than
their
his.
fault.
Their fault, yeah.
So this is more about
because
abdication of responsibility.
Exactly. You see what he's trying to do there? He thinks he's clever. But the thing about it is, I mean, it's one, he's attacking this person. So she's already been put on the back foot. So she's not really thinking about what he wants or what he's trying to do. She's just trying to assess that, is this my fault? I don't feel like I was being that kind of person.
You're already losing more time you're doing that.
That's what I'm saying. He's distracted you with that.
Won.
And he's at the door. And, you know, and that's the worst thing. If you're going to leave, just leave. But don't try and blame it on me as well. That's a bit, you know what I mean? I'd rather you do, it's not you, it's me, that speech. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm the one with the problem. And I've got to go now because of that reason. So for that reason, I have to take the blue pill.
I was going to say, this is Keanu Reeves, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what he would do.
Yeah.
I realized that the Matrix is the wrong place. I should be with my regular people, going back to my normal life. Even though it's a lie, it's what I need to do. Not everyone believes what you believe. And then he just runs out the door. You know what I mean?
I don't think he'd be as animated as that at the end.
It's all built. It's building up. He's building up the tension of the scene. Trinity, help me!
I'm still not going to watch that movie.
Why? Don't you want to see
disappointment written all over?
Don't
it?
you want to see what would happen if someone turned the Matrix into a pizza, ate it, then drank loads of beer, felt sick, and then vomited it all up again, and then put it back into the pizza box, and then sent it to your house? Why wouldn't you enjoy that, Mike? Still got elements of the Matrix in it. It's the same. It's the same thing.
It's got Keanu. It's got Kung Fu.
It's fighting. You remember fighting? You loved it.
You're right. Sign me up. I'm going to book a ticket at whatever 5D cinema there is at the moment
to see all its brilliance once again.
Exactly. I want to be immersed in it.
There you go, and you will be covered in it. Yeah,
that's
from
the worry.
head to toe.
That's it.
It'll be in your eyes,
out.
It'll be in your ears, be in your mouth, Mike.
Yeah, you'll open your mouth, Matrix will pour out of it. That's what you're saying.
Be in your undergarments, your socks saturated in it. Yeah, and it will feel as good as it sounds. So yes,
just like the first time. Yeah, yes, can't wait.
So yeah, but anyway, not to get too far to the point. Yes, I believe that honesty. It's got to be honesty. If you're not being honest, then you're using it as an excuse.
Well, how many people are really honest?
Well, that's fine. I'm not saying that you have to be honest, but if you want the truth, you have to.
Yeah, but
you don't have to be. But then how are you going to get an honest response if you're not honest?
Well, exactly. But I mean, most people don't have the, I guess, honesty to even ask themselves that question and look for those things.
We can all be honest. I just feel it's harder for people.
But honesty is about vulnerability, isn't it?
Yes, that's it, exactly. And people are not comfortable being vulnerable.
Yeah, especially men.
Exactly. So now we're back to the same story again. This guy didn't want to be vulnerable, but he wanted to leave the relationship. So he wanted to still have his ego intact.
Yeah.
And also leave the relationship.
Which is ironic, because if I want to keep my ego intact, I wouldn't have said, you don't love me anymore.
Listen,
Right,
there's nothing wrong with exclaiming your feelings, but if you're using it to trick someone into
well, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel like I wouldn't have any ego left, because I'd know deep down that this is BS.
Yeah, it's BS. I mean, he probably doesn't think much of himself deep inside, but he's pushing all that down, Mike. He doesn't want to look at. He doesn't want to see how the sausage is made. He just wants to have a nice sausage
big
sandwich.
sausage.
That's it. You know what I mean? And he can sleep at night. He doesn't want to dig too deep. He doesn't want to open that door.
And that's the reason why he left, was because he wanted another sausage.
Maybe it's all about that extra sausage, Mike. He found a more juicier, younger sausage. And
Yeah.
you know, it was firmer, it was, you know, bigger,
That's the
in all the
thing.
right places.
Yeah.
You know, probably, you know,
It's not your cheap sausage. It's,
worn out old sausage that's
you know, the
been
one
on the
where
grill a bit
will
too
be-
long at the
well,
barbecue.
not even that. It's been on the shelf in the shop too long,
Oh.
and it's half price.
It's half it's turning a bit brown at the end.
But I've got a new job now, so now I can buy myself a nice Lincolnshire.
all the sausages are
Actually made in Lincolnshire.
That's it. You know what I mean? Is people sending advertisements for new sausages because of his status now, and now
That happens.
that's what I'm saying. And he's thought, you know what? I think I want to try some different sausage.
Do you think that happens? That's the thing that happens a lot. You know, like when someone, I guess, ups their status in life or whatever. So let's say you're
they feel like they need a sausage upgrade? Is that what you're saying?
yeah. So
I
let's say
deserve
you know
an
you
upgrade.
used to be whatever. You know, you used to be on a building site, but now you're like a top footballer or something like that. You know, and then all of a sudden, that doesn't seem so nice anymore.
You don't want to go home to that sausage. There's sausages by the corner of the pitch, looking delicious. You know, they're all
throwing themselves at you.
they're throwing sausages at you. And these are top quality sausages. At least they look top quality on the outside, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying, I mean, they're probably not emotionally damaged beyond repair on the inside, but on the outside, they're gorgeous.
And that's all that matters.
That is all that matters, mate. And even if they don't taste as good as they look, just get another sausage.
By the way, you've been told to tell the truth.
You have to be a bit more specific than
Okay,
that.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, we've had another texting from
I've told
Anne-Marie.
so
She
many
just said,
lies.
tell the truth. And as you were talking at the time, I'm assuming it's about you.
Okay.
She says, tripped and fell into new sausages. Really?
You can trip and fall into new sausage. I mean, listen, you might be there going home to your regular sausage, and then, what's that over there? I don't know. Oh, I've tripped and I've landed on all these sausages. Now,
That's it.
look.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a sausage if you don't want. It could be a pie.
Yeah, I mean, you could if you like pie, you like sausage, it's up to you. Maybe you like pies and sausages, Mike.
Yes,
Who's to
exactly.
say?
Exactly.
Mix them all together.
Like you said, new times. You can do anything you
It's
want
a
now.
broad spectrum, Mike. It's a buffet of delights. Yeah, some people want sausages, some people want pies, some people want, you know,
Sausage
two sausages.
pies.
Some want sausage pie, some want
Pie inside a sausage.
There you go. Yeah, some people want pies dressed as sausages. You know what I mean? It's a weird, wonderful world out there.
I want to see that.
Yeah, you know.
Or half pie, half sausage.
Half pie, half sausage. They want pies that were once sausages.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That are now pies.
Sometimes
full
they
of
want
lies
pies that
and
just
flies.
Want, but lies and flies. What a surprise.
Yeah. And it's as if Anne-Marie is in the room. She says, and she's rhymed it, American pie. This is going great.
American pie. Yeah. Sometimes people want pies that only want other pies and they're unattainable, but they're just fixated on those pies. And it's a doomed relationship.
Yeah.
But
some people like to swap pies.
some people like to go to a special place where pies are swapped at random through a bowl of car keys, and they feel that it makes their pie more spicier.
It does, because when they go back to their own pie,
yeah,
like,
they won't be ruined at all. They won't feel like it's got.
I did enjoy those other flavours. However, this pie
now
still
feels
makes
a little tainted because it's got lots of fingerprints.
But I always feel
and teeth marks in it.
I always feel like, you know, it does the job.
It does the job. It fills me up at the end of the day, and that's all I want, and I'm happy with that. You know what I mean? But then, you know, whew, some of those other pies, proper filthy, Mike.
Oh yeah, full of grot.
Full of grot. So there you go. I mean, listen.
Yeah, but we reckon that guy is probably just not being honest with himself.
Yeah, I reckon because you wouldn't say something like that and then not be more specific about what you need. If you're talking about your feelings and emotions, you wouldn't just say, "I just don't feel like I'm being loved." That's a cop out. That's not an answer. Well, explain yourself then. Why are you not? What is it that you feel is missing? How are you?
I guess that's the problem that the woman, this question poses, isn't it? Is that they were left obviously with no answer.
Well, and that was done deliberately.
Yeah,
and that's what you need to understand. This was not like, oh, I just didn't understand. You weren't meant to understand. There's not enough information there for you to understand.
So basically, Marion, since it was your question, it seems that this guy is lying. He's lying,
man.
Yeah, because if you left that situation, that conversation,
lie,
with no with no insight as to what he wanted, then there never was a problem from your side.
No,
this is all him.
But it just goes to show you, he couldn't even think of an excuse. He couldn't even think of any specifics. It's just like, I can't do it because it's too painful, and then run out. You know what I mean? What is that? You know what I mean? If you was at a job now, you hated the job and you were going to leave, and they said, well, why are you leaving? You want to, I just don't feel like you love me or I'm valued. And then walk out. It's like, what do you mean? You have to be more specific. You can't just tell them that. You know what I mean? You go to a bank and say, I'm closing down my account. Why are you closing down? It's just not valued. What?
Get out.
You know what? We don't want your business anymore. In fact, you make business worse for us by being here. So take your business elsewhere to a more accommodating bank, if it exists. Yeah, which I highly doubt has anything to do with your customer service. So yeah, go to your fictional bank. I'm sure it looks all nice and good now, but at the end of the month, when those fees come in, you're going to realize that all of a sudden, maybe this wasn't the best move.
Oh, sorry. We've just had a couple of texts come in say that there's a technical fault where the music is going on really high, so I've just turned it right down. So I'm not too sure what's going on there, but there's obviously
So you're saying
some gremlins.
The one job that you had to do?
No, it wasn't me. That's the system.
But you said earlier...
System. I said I do the technical stuff.
Exactly. This is not a technical issue. Did you not just say there's a technical
I did say there's a technical
issue?
Fault with the system.
The system that you're controlling.
I'm not controlling it.
So you're not controlling it?
I'm not actually controlling it.
You're not doing anything?
I'm just kind of tweaking it here and there.
You're tweaking?
Yeah.
So you're not really in control then?
We would go that far.
Well, good thing we've got you tweaking.
Yeah.
Seems to have made all the difference.
Still in more control than you'll ever be.
Well, I don't need to be in control, Mike. Apparently, you've got it all under control. Well,
tweaking it.
Tweaking.
Yeah. It's like a wind in a sail. I can push it this way, but if the sea decides it's going to come and swallow you up, there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean?
I see. Wow.
So there you go.
It's out of your hands.
Out of my hands.
I see. Maybe you just weren't being appreciated enough by the system. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Maybe you need to move to a more accommodating system that understands your technical needs. Like, maybe that's
I don't know what analogy you're using.
Okay, no, clearly no one's meant to understand, are they?
Next subject. Victory, is that what you call it?
It's refreshing. It's refreshing, like a nice ice cold glass of ginger beer.
Okay, what's really strange is that it's saying the music has been playing for a couple of minutes now and it's cut us off. So
it's cut you off.
Cut off the music. So I'm going to take off the music altogether. Hopefully we're still on air.
Okay, well, if we are, please let us know. That would really help us and save us some time.
Yep, the music has taken on a life of its own and has drowned us out.
Oh, well.
Okay.
To some of the previous shows, you can do that on Spotify and on iTunes. Just look for Madtalk and we're up there, and you can remember all the good days, the good shows and the good things that we brought you and we gave you, you know?
Week 12.
Yeah, week 12.
You cursed us, man.
I cursed us. Wow.
Yes. I'm going to do exactly what that guy did and blame you.
So you just don't understand me, T. That's all it is. Yeah, I just don't feel like I'm valued. That's why show's got to end. Gotta go now. No more explanation. And then run out of the room, yeah.
That is exactly what we're going to do in a few minutes. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, so sorry for the technical hitch, guys. I don't know what gremlins are in the system, but it just went.
Maybe we're getting too deep on the relationship stuff. That guy's listening, Mike. He's an IT expert. He hacked us, shut us down. It's like, not gonna badmouth me. Nobody knows what's going on. I'm in control. And then did the whole. Or maybe it was us talking about the Matrix.
The Matrix.
Yeah.
You know what?
Film.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? It's like Warner Brothers is like, who's bad mouthing the Matrix? Shut them down. You know what I mean? That was it. And then like
It's
Agent
Morpheus.
Smith's gonna kick off the door.
He's like, Matrix. Yes. Okay. And then that's it. Just shut us down.
No one can be told what the radio show is. You have to see it with your own eyes. And then there's that, wait, what? And then, you know, there's two cats and mirrors are melting. And yeah, it's a strange time for everyone involved. But yes, anyway, so back to relationships. Has anybody commented? Does anybody care? Or is nobody like, well, my relationship's fine, so.
No, I don't give a shit. That's basically what people are telling us today.
That's unfortunate. Well, I mean, at least, you know, we tackled the issues, and I hope that it was important to somebody. Somebody found some useful insight into our points of view, you know. Although we like to joke about and have fun on this show, you know, obviously your relationships are very important to you, and if you're having issues and hopefully it's helped, well, you know, you're welcome.
You are welcome. But I mean, yeah, you know, we try and find our way through to the solutions through our humour. But
although we are more about the humour than the relationship. So we may make fun of your relationship, but only because we care, you know? So we care about the humour. About the jokes and the laughing. But it's interesting. So yeah, I think if anybody else has any relationship questions that you think we might be able to shed light on, feel free to let us know. Get in contact,
and we will do that. We will put that right next week.
Next week,
next week, because we've only got about 4 or 5 minutes left.
4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're not going to solve any relationship problems in the next 5 minutes.
You know, no, Mike. You know, don't sell yourself short. You know what I mean? Are you sure you're not the one just unplugging the systems, because these are again kind of personal questions? Oh, don't say that, Dave. You can get me in trouble. Is that what this was?
I think so. I think.
Okay. Then. Well, yeah. But yes, I think it's been a pretty interesting show up until we were shut down by the man.
Yeah. Maybe we said something bad about Mark Zuckerberg or something.
Probably. Well, God knows what his relationship would be like. Do you know? Can you imagine what it'd be like being in a relationship with Mark Zuckerberg? What would his needs be? What kind of person would you have to be in a relationship with Mark Zuckerberg?
I need more data.
I don't even know what that means.
Line.
Is it? He's not even smiling. He's just looking at you dead in the eye. I need more data.
I need more data.
What do you
more access, more power.
More power. I don't know what you want. Mashed potatoes, or maybe
power.
Okay, I could turn the lights up a little more if you thought. We put some music on, a little dance. Maybe that'll make things better, huh? Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be doing anything in the world that we live in. Right? He's going to put one of those weird Facebook mask things on.
Do you remember?
And he's just going to get weird.
It'd be like the lawnmower man.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's warping women's minds in a virtual reality until they're just empty husks, and then throwing them on a big heap and then getting another.
Well, I'm not going to say that's what he's actually doing, because
well, in the metaverse.
Yeah,
not in real life. That would be illegal.
Although that. But you know.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, interesting. But I mean, look, different strokes and all of that. Everybody has their own way of feeling valued in their relationship. So whatever it is for that person, they have to be open with themselves, don't they? You know, there's no point going in, because like, all right, you're saying before, you may be one of those guys for, I've got to be the man,
mm-hmm.
and that's fine. But if you don't really feel that way,
what are you doing?
You know what I mean? Because the thing about it is, like, all right, my dad was a man's man, so I've got to be a man's man. And you go into a relationship, pretend to be a man's man.
Yeah, what is that weird stuff, man? Are you
It's
thinking about your dad when you're
no,
in bed with your miss?
God, no.
Yeah, I want to be just like my dad.
But the thing is, how would you
Warped.
know what your dad was like in that situation? That just raises more questions.
Yeah, why
I
are
don't
you
wanna
thinking
go
about that?
There you go. There's a point where that stops.
Human beings are really screwed up, you know. See, this is why, you know what? Maybe animals got it right. You ever see like on the animal programs when two deers are just banging, like no expression on their face. They don't even know what they're doing.
It's a function. They're not
They're just like,
enjoying
this
it.
is
It's
just for
like something
reproduction.
We need exactly reproduction purposes, and that's all. Good doing business with you. Good day, and then they offer. Yeah, I mean, go back to business. But it's like I was watching the one where you know, where the head stag is challenged by the younger stag.
Oh yeah,
And he wants to take over, and they have their little, you know, antler fight, and
that never goes well.
it never goes well for the older stag because, you know, the younger stag is just going to get more
Yeah.
stronger and bigger, and eventually he throws him out, and he's an outcast, right? And you think, oh, all right, it's you know, circle of life, it's nature. He's got to be left to fend for himself until he's obviously eaten by wolves or whatever. But no, this guy decides, all right, I've been ostracized, I'm kicked out, that's fine. Well, what I'm going to sneak back in and have sex with one of them deers when no one's looking. I was like, really? You got no pride whatsoever. He literally ran.
No, I'm living in the forest by myself. I think this is the best I'm going to get.
But it was just it looked so feeble and pathetic. It's like, you know, when you see like dogs having sex, but it's like a really small dog, and he's just trying his best to hold on and just doing his little rutting. That's what he looked like.
Yeah,
and I feel like
but those guys have no self-respect. They
that's
can't.
exactly it. No, so I feel like the younger stag saw him and was like, ugh, look at you. You used to be the head of this, and this is what you're reduced to. Nobody look at me. And it's like, even the day he was having sex was like,
Yeah, but you'll be like this one day. You know, so you know that's gonna happen. That's
maybe,
gonna happen.
but
It's
you'll
in
be long
everybody's
dead by
future.
the time that happens.
Yeah, I'll
So-
be dead by then.
Joke's on you. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a weird situation if you're in a relationship where you're pretending to be something you're not. You know,
Which is probably a lot more commonplace.
well,
But
I think it's
I
part
can
of.
think of several people who do that
Yeah,
right
well,
now.
yeah, I think we've all been through it at some point. That's how you learn to find what's really important to you when you're young. Right, like you're hanging out with your boys on road.
Yeah,
you
you're
meet a girl,
acting a fool. You're acting. You're playing a role that you think people
That's
expect
it.
you to.
No, man's
be
not
playing.
hot. Man don't do them things. Get me and all of that kind of stuff.
But really,
Really,
close those doors. Let's see what happens.
That's it. There you see. You know what I mean? So after a while, you realize that I can't live this life because you realize that none of your boys are really living that life. It's just a facade they put on, and then you start realizing that, well, they're all doing their own thing.
Like,
I need
yeah.
to start doing my own thing. Start to figure out what I like. You know what I mean? And then you start realizing that it is about being honest. And
Yeah,
then
it's like, actually, I do like pepper on this.
I do like man, ain't no pepper. You think this is? Actually, I love pepper. Don't tell anyone. You know what I mean? But, by the way, you got any mayonnaise? Oh my gosh,
Pepper
that's
and
amazing.
mayonnaise. Good mix, by the way. But
Pepper and
anyway,
mayonnaise.
we are at that time of the show. I don't even know if we're on air anymore, but what the hell?
Well,
I don't know what
hope we
happened
are.
on
No
the-
one's even getting in touch with us.
No,
So,
well, we had a few people telling us that we had some technical hitches, and I don't think those have been resolved as yet. So
Okay.
we're just doing this for the recording, I guess.
fair enough.
So
Well, we'll put it up online once I've got a chance to put it all together, and then you can have a listen to. You'll probably listen to this for the first time now because we're not on air right now, so you can enjoy.
we're just two blokes talking to ourselves.
Well,
That's what you're saying.
isn't it always, Mike? Isn't that always what it comes down to?
No, I'd actually managed to delude myself that there was a wave of people out there
interested
just
in our
screaming and
conversation.
crying for attention from us. And
Turns
that
out-
bubble has been burst.
Just two blokes talking in a room to each other again.
Yeah.
12
Pretend-
weeks in a row. It
Pretending
sounds so
to talk to
glamorous.
other people,
That's it. Pretending that what they're saying matters to anyone. So,
including them.
yes. So yes, it's been an interesting show.
Yep. So until the next time, we will get this technical hitch sorted out. I don't know what's going on, but the gremlins are in the room and they've done something. So yeah, next time, same place, same time.
Same bad channel, I guess.
Yeah.
Feel free to get in touch, leave messages, suggest questions of the week. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Yep. Take it easy. Be good to each other. Have a good weekend. And we will hopefully see you technically issued free next
Yes.
week.
Absolutely.
I'm leaving that in your capable hands, Mike.
Thank you for that. That's all they need to remember. Anyway, we are out.
All right.